President Cyril Ramaphosa has authorized the SIU to investigate allegations of maladministration in the Department of Water and Sanitation. The SIU is also mandated to recover financial losses as part of the investigations. Joining us to tell us more about this latest proclamation is SIU spokesperson Kaizer Kganyago. Thank you so much for joining us on News at Prime on this Friday evening. Now, you've been given the go-ahead to investigate some major water projects, including the war on leaks. Tell us about these projects that you're looking into.
Good evening to your viewers. What was gazetted today is dealing with 3 projects. And one of the number one project that we are dealing with is a project that was done by Sedibeng Water, which is called Drop the Block, where they were looking at it's a water project that was done between the department and the Sedibeng Water Board in 2016. The second one that we're going to look at is a campaign that was done also by Sedibeng Water, which is called Almost Empty Outdoor Campaign. We are going to look at how it was procured, because the contract, the allegations before us is that there was an irregular contract that was done by them, also in 2016. And the third one is the one you are talking about, which is what we call the War on Leaks program that was done by the department and Rand Water. The allegations before us is very clear that the appointment of Rand Water and the Energy, Water Sector, Education and Training Authority was not done in a proper manner, and this was done between 2015 and 2018. People will remember it was a very big project that was put out there when they were saying there's a war on leaks, but the processes seem to have been done unlawfully when they were appointing the people.
I just want to look at the timing of this, because all these projects range in that period of 2016, as you're mentioning, with the war on leaks one from 2015 going all the way up to 2018, 2019. It's almost a decade ago, and South Africans are now facing serious water problems. Did it really have to take 8 years to proclaim on investigating something like this?
It did not take 8 years to proclaim on it. It took time before people could report, because we work on the basis of reportage from the whistleblowers. Therefore, they only reported it, I think, almost a year or less ago. And then that's when we did the preliminary investigation. We found that there was something to investigate, and we took it through the process. Therefore, it did not take long, because sometimes you must understand that when people are still agreeing with each other, they don't report this thing. But the minute they start fighting and they have got documents and they know that processes were not done properly, that is when they report. You would have seen the one that was done with Home Affairs, which goes far back as 2004. Therefore, you can understand. But for us, that doesn't matter, because documentation will always be there.
But also with that infighting, do we only wait for that, for those whistleblowers to come forward? Surely there should be some checks and balances, because if you know about these allegations sooner, then you can investigate sooner, and the chances of recouping these monies is also higher.
No, definitely, but the unfortunate part is we cannot control when the reportage is done. And then unfortunately, like I say, immediately that reportage is done and we ask for documentation, we still have to do our own preliminary investigation, because we do not want to be finding ourselves in a situation where we are fighting personal wars between people who were agreeing at some point. Therefore, we've got to ascertain for ourselves that there must be something that we can investigate. That is before we even write the proclamation and take it to the Department of Justice and take it to the President.
What do you think the chances of recouping these monies are all these years later?
No, the chances are there. If you look at the institutions that we are dealing with here, they are government institutions. It is the department, and Sedibeng Water, it's a government institution. Rand Water, it's a government institution. The Energy, Water Sector, Education and Training Authority is a government institution. Therefore, all of these are government institutions. Therefore, the people who might have done this, some of them might have left, but we will follow them And where we find there are monies that were used as we follow the money to buy properties and so on, we will take those properties back from them.
Yeah, that was my following question, to say, you know, you are investigating some of the department officials and employees, and I mean, it was only proclaimed now, so you're going to have to look into these people, but do you know if they're still employed there? Do you know where they are? Maybe they blew all that money very quickly and there are no properties to attach. Are you making considerations for things like that too?
No, definitely we do, and people would know that too. It doesn't matter whether you are still there or not, because once we find that you have something to pay back, we then take it to the tribunal, and when it is declared that you need to pay it back, it becomes a debt, and it will come after you. You have seen when we're dealing with the lottery matters, most of the people that are there have left the lottery, but we follow them wherever they are, because we follow the money, and the money leads us to these people wherever they are.
Well, hopefully we find that money and prosecutions also follow. Thank you so much for joining us. That's the SIU spokesperson, Kaizer Kganyago.